Good morning. It is cold and chilly here at Ricketts Park, and do we have an amazing game to start off right off the bat. It's the Durango Demons, the home team, taking on the Kirtland Central Broncos. I'm Albert Velarde. Alongside me is Stephen Parks all season long with Desert Sports Live, and let's just get right into the lineup for the Kirtland Central Broncos. Leading off is number 1, Elijah Salas. In the 2 spots, number 3, Jaron Tyler. Hitting thirds, number 5, Jay Sosi. Hitting cleanup is number 12, Mateus Veith. Hitting 5th is number 9, Chance Aspis. Hitting 6th is number 8, Micah Aspis. Hitting 7th is number 17, Jacob Little. And hitting 8th is number 16, Jordan Davis. Hitting 9th is number 14, Aiden Allen. And being DH'd is the shortstop, number 6, Logan Nelson.
All right, and defensively I'm sorry, you just went through the...
No, go ahead defensively for Durango.
For Durango, okay, sorry about that. We're having a few technical difficulties to start off with, but for Durango, defensively, out on the mound, we're going to have number 12, Sam Clark. Behind the dish is going to be number 1, Duncan Walsh. And over at first base is going to be number 10, Austin Romero. Second base, number 9, Landon Padilla. Over at third is going to be number 17, Dawson McGinnis. Out in left field is going to be number 11, Ethan White. And center field is going to be 15, Dylan Burns. And right field is Grady Feeney, number 27.
Well, we got a chance to talk to both of the coaches from Durango and Colorado. They're excited to be here. We got to talk with Durango's new head coach coming out of Texas, and a lot of excitement behind him with these fans. We got to talk to a number of the fans, and Hibbler. Coach Hibbler is excited to be here again. And, of course, one of the big games we're looking forward with Durango is going to be Saturday as they play their old-school rivalry game against the Farmington Scorpions. But here we go. We are set up and ready to rock and roll. Number 12, Sam Clark, the right-hander, on the mound. He'll start off with a fastball, and he starts ahead in the count with strike 1. To the left fielder, number 1, Elijah Salas.
And I hope you guys are enjoying our new view there. We have our center field camera up and running this week, as we had a little bit of trouble with it last week, but it's a pretty cool shot. Got the scoreboard up there in the corner so you can see what the score is. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be low in the dirt. That will be ball number 1. So 1-2 the count to Elijah Salas.
Cold morning
yes,
here.
It is.
At least the wind is not blowing too bad, but here we go. The payoff pitch, 1-2. Had a waste pitch, threw a off-speed pitch in the dirt and outside for ball 2, so not a bad approach by Clark. Being up in the count, he works quickly. There's a shot out into right field. It's going to be a short tweener, but the right fielder easily over there. Camps underneath it, and Grady Feeney for the F9 out number 1.
Sorry about that. F9 out number 1. Next up, we have number 3, Jaron Tyler, coming up to the plate, the pitcher for Kirtland today.
Well, the last time we seen Kirtland play, they took on Aztec, and that was an amazing game. 2-1 was the win for Kirtland. There's a first swing on a fastball down right field, foul territory, so it's going to be 0-1 the count on Jaron Tyler. But, I really like how Sam Clark works, Stephen. He gets the ball, give me the signal, and let me get moving. And so, when you're in a cold day like this, especially in baseball where you are not moving around very much, you want to keep your momentum going, especially if you're a pitcher. You do not want to let your arm get cold. Off-speed pitch inside and down low, swung on and missed for strike 2, so 0-2 the count on Jaron Tyler.
Yeah, Jaron Tyler needs to try to get something going here for his team, help himself out. He's going to be out on the mound today. Best thing you can do right here is find a way to get on base. Down in the count, here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be up high for ball 1, as the pitcher, Sam Clark, has couple pitches to waste here. Try to see if he can get him going at something. Reaching.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third base. Popped up on him. It's going to be E5. And Jaron Tyler will reach on the error by the third baseman. Just waited on the baseball. You know, if he would have taken one step, maybe a step and a half through that ground ball, he fields that out front. It doesn't pop up on him, and he's firing it over to first. So E5 for his pitcher, Sam Clark, who threw a routine ground ball. Just couldn't come up with it.
We talk about that all the time. You've got to charge the ball, come to the ball, don't wait for it to come to you. And that's the kind of stuff that can happen. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be high outside for ball 1.
It's Jay Sosi, the center fielder, who is hitting in the 3 spot for the Kirtland Central Broncos. 1 out, a runner at first. Here's a pitch from Durango. High fly ball, and the pitcher's going to call everybody off. He says, let me get a little action here.
Yep.
F1 for out number 2.
So good job by Clark there as he calls everybody off, just gets underneath the ball, makes the nice catch for out 2. Now we have number 12, Matthias Veith, the catcher, coming up to the plate for Kirtland.
Well, you can see how chilly it is out here because even the umpires got their winter gear on, and you know if they've got the heavy jackets on, it is a chilly, chilly morning. So as Steven mentioned Matthias Veith up to the plate, hitting the cleanup spot for the Kirtland Central Broncos with 2 outs. There's an off-speed pitch, and that is really Clark's go-to, his off-speed, and he's done well. The one thing that I've noticed about Clark is Durango notices that Kirtland is really hugging the plate. So what does Durango do? They go right at him inside, and I really like that to try to establish the inside plate. If you're gonna hug the plate, Steven, I'm gonna saw your hands off, especially on a cold day like this. You hit it off the handle. Man,
it's gonna sting a little bit.
It absolutely is. You're gonna feel it for a while. Ground ball to third again, foul ball. That time, Steven, the third baseman, does what he's supposed to do, and Dawson McClennis, and he comes flying in, which is exactly what you want to do when you see that high hop. He had the perfect mechanics on that, came flying in, caught the ground ball at its high point. It just went foul.
Yep, so Matthias has another opportunity here. Let's see if he can move his runner around the bases. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, and there's what you were doing. He called it strike. So 2-2 the count, and that's what you were talking about right there. Just bring that inside and try to get him to hit it off the handle of the bat.
Well, he didn't argue the call with the umpire. There's a shot in the gap, and this is going to get the runner around from first to third. Here comes the throw in the cutoff, and Coach does the right thing by holding his runner in. Jaron Tyler to third base off the stand-up double from Matthias.
So nice double there for Matthias. Now Kirtland with runners in scoring position. We'll have number 9, Chance Aspis, coming up to the plate for Kirtland.
He's the designated hitter, hitting for Logan Nelson today. And he's got a runner in scoring position, as Steven mentioned. Swinging at the first pitch, and it wasn't a strike. Clark able to get him to chase. And now you can see number 9 in Aspis regretting swinging at that pitch, Steven, as really it was down low and outside.
Yeah, so that's F3 for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and 1 Durango error. So after the top of the first inning, the score remains 0-0, and we will be seeing what Durango has at the plate here, as it will be 1, 2, and 3. Do you want to go ahead and read that lineup?
Yep. For the Durango Demons, leading off is going to be number 15, the center fielder, Dylan Burns, hitting second. Number 27, the right fielder, Grady Feeney. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 14, Cohen Anderson. Hitting cleanup is number 10, the first baseman, Austin Romero. Hitting fifth is number 9, the second baseman, Landon Padilla. Hitting sixth is number 1, the catcher, Duncan Walsh. Hitting seventh is the designated hitter, number 7, Jack England. Hitting eighth is the third baseman, number 17, Dawson McClennis. And hitting ninth is the left fielder, number 11, Ethan White. And, of course, the pitcher, Sam Clark, is being DH'd for.
Defensively for the Broncos, we have number 3, Jaron Tyler, out on the mound today. Behind the dish, Matthias Vaith, number 12. Over on first is going to be number 17, Jacob Little. Over on second will be number 8, Micaiah Aspis. Over at third is going to be number 14, Aiden Allen. Playing shortstop today is number 6, Logan Nelson. Out in left field, Elijah Salas. Center field, Jay Sosi, number 5. And out in right field will be number 16, Jordan Davis.
Well, it's no score heading into the bottom of the first inning as Durango is the home team in this game 1 of the Scorpion Invitational. Hey, if you're listening out there, shoot us a text message. Let us know who you are, who you're rooting for, and where you're tuning in from at 505-701-2222. Again, that's 505-701-2222. We'd love to give you a shout out and let these kids know who's tuning in. So it's going to be Dylan Burns coming up to the plate. And Burns, the last time he was here at Ricketts Park, had a base hit. Couple of strikeouts. That was his first game of the season. So let's see what Durango's been able to polish up since then. Of course, they always have some tough weather to deal with in Durango, Steven. So they have a tough time getting out onto the field. Mm-hmm. And we are set to go. Here comes the first pitch from Jaron Tyler. It's a big shot out into the gap in center field. They'll get on over there. Will the left fielder, and what looked like might be trouble, Elijah Salas, moseys on over there for the F7 out, number 1.
Yeah, just an easy catch as he only had to take a couple steps to his left to get underneath that. But I like the aggressiveness there from Burns as he just went right after that first pitch saying, hey, we're not going to be afraid of anything you're bringing our way. So he went right after it. Here comes the pitch from Tyler, and that'll be fouled off and back behind the backstop here. And I want to make sure I said that right. Yeah, Jaron Tyler out on the mound. Sometimes I get the names backwards.
Well, Coach Hibbler, he was excited to get his team out here again. And, of course, having to deal with the snow and the weather that canceled last week's games. Grady Feeney had a base hit last week, and the only game that everybody got to play is off-speed pitch way up high. So much so the catcher was not able to haul it in. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike, and we're looking for our first text message. Hey, we want to say a special thank you to Sherry McGinnis from Durango.
That's right.
Giving us some amazing and some lovely and beautiful comments, and we surely appreciate that. That's what we're out here doing. What we do is for you, the fans, and these kids so they could go back and watch this setup.
Yeah, we got to hear from your husband today.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So thank you again to the McGinnises from Durango for the kind words. Looking for some text messages coming in at 505-701-2222. Let us know who you're rooting for and where you're tuning in from. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Off speed. Actually, I think that's his fastball. And it was not a bad spot. Must have been up a little outside, so 2-2 the count.
And that's a dangerous spot because these umpires, they call that outside corner a lot.
They really like that spot, absolutely. And it really opens up the strike zone and kind of moves these games along, too. There's a 2-2 pitch off speed. Feeney was way out in front of it, got him swinging, struck him out for out number 2.
Next up, we've got number 14, Cohen Anderson. So with 2 outs and no runners on, Cohen Anderson, the shortstop, steps into the box for Durango.
Well, Anderson scored one of the 3 runs Durango had here in their first game last week as Durango took on Pedro Vista. Off-speed pitch. Man, that is just a huge hooking curveball that Jaron Tyler throws. Not a whole lot of speed on it, Steven, but very sneaky.
Also, if you're out there on Facebook watching, I can see we got some viewers out there. Put a message on there. We're watching that too to see if you leave comments, and we'll give you a shout out there as well. So if you want to give us something there or send a text, it's 505-701-2222. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from, and we will give you a shout out. Jaron Tyler working from the windup. Ooh, and that one was high and inside for ball 1. So 1-1 the count, 2 outs, no runners on. Cohen Anderson at the plate for the Demons.
I think he's got 2 balls.
Oh, does he have 2? Oh, yeah, they just put it up there. Sorry. I missed that other one.
That's all right. You're doing double duty over there yet again.
Running cameras, keeping my scorebook. I'm having a lot of fun here.
2 on the count. Fastball outside. Misses. And it's a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike on Cohen Anderson, the 3-spot hitter and the shortstop for Durango. Durango in all white uniforms, trimmed in red and black. Kirtland Central in their purple jerseys, white pants. There's a strike right down the heart of the plate, and you could see Anderson kind of stop for a second thinking, darn it, I should have swung at that.
I need to go back and watch our stream was just a little bit behind. I can watch it on the screen, see what that looked like on the screen.
It was a pretty pitch. So here comes the full count with 2 outs. Fastball swung on, and that time Anderson battling.
Yep.
Gets a piece of it.
If it's anywhere close, you got to be taking that swing, and that's what he did right there. And folks, also, if you're at home wanting to watch on your big screen, just pull up your YouTube app. We are on YouTube at Desert Sports Live. Go find us, and you can watch us on YouTube, on our website at www.desertsportslive.com. We're on Facebook and NFHS Network as well. So.
There's a ground ball hit sharply to the second baseman, handled nicely. Kind of rushed the throw over there, did Micah Aspis, but the first baseman for the Kirtland Central Broncos in Little digs it out, and it's the 4-3 ground ball, out number 3.
No runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Kirtland errors. 3 up, 3 down for Jaron Tyler in the first inning. So after 1 complete, score remains 0-0. And folks, also, like I said, we're on YouTube. Go on there and like and subscribe there at YouTube. We actually have a new Facebook business page. Albert has his page as well that he's had forever, but we actually started a business page as well. We'll be sending out invites for that shortly. Also, we are on Instagram at Desert Sports Live and on X. Now, we're now on X, and it's Desert Sports LIV. We didn't have enough characters to get the E on there, but it's almost Desert Sports Live. But go follow us on all of those places, and you'll be seeing what's coming up. We got CR working our social media side, so that's going good. We have a pretty good crowd on Facebook and on the website. If you're out there, text in, let us know that you're watching, who you're cheering for. 505-701-2222, or leave a comment on Facebook, and we'll give you a shout out there as well.
It'll be 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Kirtland Central Broncos. Micah Aspis, Jacob Little, and Jordan Davis all coming up to the plate, and it's still the right-hander in Sam Clark on the mound for the Durango Demons. We're tied up. Actually got 0 score. It's 0-0 in the top of the second inning. And, folks, it is cold this morning, so we can see our breath. We're up in the press box, and of course, we got the glass open, so we're not even really protected either.
Yeah. Got our nice little heaters under the table here trying to keep us somewhat warm.
There's a looper out over the head of the shortstop. The center fielder came flying in as fast as he possibly could, and Dylan Burns just couldn't get to it. And Aspis drops one over the top of the head of the shortstop.
A little Texas leaguer, right?
Old school Texas leaguer. The hit that will literally make you want to bang your head against the wall if you're a coach or a player. So now the left-hander. It's number 17, the first baseman, Jacob Little, up to the plate. Runner at first base, and there is ball 1 thrown to Little. As there's no outs, and we're in the top of the second inning, no score, 0-0 between the Durango Demons and the Kirtland Central Broncos. Here at Game 1, there's another high fastball for ball 2.
Yeah, well, great job by Mike Aspis. That's exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to do. Find a way to get on base, and he just goes right at it. Gets on base, and we now have Little up at the plate. He's going to swing and miss, so that'll bring the count to 2-1. Kirtland has had some opportunity, but just hasn't capitalized yet.
Well, if I'm the coach for Durango and Hibbler or whoever's calling the pitches, I'm throwing off speed outside because he bailed out completely. Should be a routine double play, fielded, Toss to the second baseman, to the first, in time for the 6-4-3 double play out as Little grounded out to the shortstop in Anderson. Anderson took care of it from there. Steven Padilla got the throw to first, and Romero hauled it in. 2 outs.
Yeah, nice play there by Durango and that's exactly what you need your defense to do behind you if you're a pitcher. Just make the plays.
That's right. Routine plays.
Yes, routine plays. There you go.
Jordan Davis now the batter. It's number 16. He's the right fielder for the Kirtland Central Broncos, and he's got 2-0 the count as Clark has struggled just a little bit starting up on the hitters with strikes. He started almost every batter except for the leadoff hitter to start the game with a ball. Let's see if he could get that cleaned up. Hasn't hurt him yet, as his defense has really stepped up. Steven, that was a high fastball inside off the hands of Davis. Got him to chase it for a 2-1 count.
Yep, so Davis looking to see if he can't get on base, as they just got the Durango just turned the double play, and that's going to be strike 2. So 2-2 the count now. But
well, I think Clark fooled him on that pitch, don't you, Steven? He was way behind on that swing.
Full count. Yeah, I agree. It must have looked different coming out of his hand or something, because he was way behind on that one. You are correct. Here comes the pitch, and that'll be hit. Oh, and it gets under the shortstop's glove. He tried to backhand that thing. He should have moved his feet and got in front of it. And
well, I could be wrong, Steven, but I think he overthought that. You could tell he paused for a second. Should I field this in front or should I backhand it? And he went for the backhand, and it just popped right over the top of his glove.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Is that an E6?
Yeah, that is right, E6.
So have to make sure I get it right on my scorecard.
We're in the 9-spot hitter for the Kirtland Central Broncos. It's the third baseman, number 14, Aiden Allen. And he's got a runner at first base. He'll take a first strike, so Clark gets up in the count on the 9-spot hitter as Jordan Davis standing over at first with 2 outs, looking for somebody to get him moved around. And that's a fastball outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. A runner at first for the Kirtland Central Broncos. And, Steven, the Broncos have had 3 runners on base in this game and just have not been able to move it. They even had a runner get all the way to third.
Well, yeah, you're right, 3, because they were on second and third in that first inning,
right.
And they couldn't capitalize. And now here they are with 2 outs and a runner on first, and Aiden Allen looking to see if he can't keep this going. And he's going to swing and miss for strike 2. So 2-2 the count now to Aiden Allen. You got Jordan Davis over there on first. Oh, and he got him on that outside corner. So that is going to do it, as Aiden Allen will go down looking. So there was no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Durango error. So after the top of the second inning, the score remains 0-0, and we will have 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Demons.
That's right. Romero, Padilla, and Walsh all coming up to the plate for their first at-bat of this game, headed into the bottom of the second inning. You know, these first games, there's the sun finally for the first time today that finally showed its face out. But, when you're playing these games and it's chilly with a slight breeze early in the morning, I got to tell you, one game that is tough as nails to play is baseball in the cold weather with the breeze. Because your body gets tight, your legs get tight, your arm gets tight, you're standing there for a long time. The only 2 that are really moving all the time is the pitcher and the catcher. That's it.
Well, yeah, and then you're in and out of the dugout, and unless you're over here on the third baseline, you're not getting any sun at all. I'm sure it is extremely cold down there in that first baseline dugout. Did we get a text?
We did finally.
All
hey
right,
man, I was just saying, I don't think we heard from anybody from Kirtland. First text that came in.
Nice.
Go KC number 5. They're talking about Jay Sosi. Sosi family watching from Washington and Utah on NFHS Go KC. Well, you can watch it on NFHS. You could also go to Facebook. You could go to our website, or you could go to YouTube to watch that. We have a nice little a logo underneath the deal. We'll see if we can put that up there here after a little while with all of our social media stuff on there. And Romero up at the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. Will take a high fastball foul down first base line. So thanks for texting in, SoC family. We got Logan Nelson's dad here tuning in from work in Andrews, Texas. Go
right.
Broncos. So back-to-back Kirtland people. I love it.
Yes.
Good morning. My name is Jessica. I am watching on YouTube from my work. There's a high fly ball out into right field, hauled in by Jordan Davis for the F9 out number 1. That'll bring up the 5-spot hitter. It's the second baseman, number 9, Landon Padilla now. So back to it. Good morning. My name is Jessica. I am watching on YouTube from my work right up the road, cheering on the Broncos. Let's go, Jay. Glad I am here at work watching rather than cold, freezing out there. You are correct. So thank you so much for tuning in. There's a swing, a foul ball. The catcher held onto it. Doesn't matter. It's still strike 1 on Landon Padilla, the right-handed hitter. We got our dear friend Stacy's Wesper tuning in. She says, hey, I'll be tuning in at 5 p.m. when Pedro Vista plays their game. It's the 4th game of the day Pedro Vista will be playing tonight, and they'll be taking on the team from Colorado. It'll be – or no, they won't. I think they're playing Bloomfield. Pardon.
Yeah, I think so.
So they are playing Bloomfield tonight. So our dear friend Stacy's Wesper.
We love you, Stacy. You're awesome.
Sure do. Much love for Stacy's Wesper. There's a swing and a foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count. And Jaron Tyler, Stevens, done a fantastic job for Kirtland getting up in the count in the 2 innings that we have had. Durango has been hitting defensively at every at-bat, and that's because Tyler has started them off with a strike immediately. And that's what you want to see in your starter. But, hey, there you go. Padilla gets around a fastball inside half of the plate, Steven. Got his hands around quickly and drove it out into the alley between left and center field.
Well, I hope our wrestling broadcaster Elias is watching, because I believe that's his cousin that just got that nice single right over the shortstop's head. So nice hit there by Padilla.
That'll bring up the 6-spot hitter. It's the catcher, number 1, Duncan Walsh for the Durango Demons. He's a left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher in Tyler. Durango's got their first runner on base of the game. He's over at first. Not a huge lead right now. Maybe he's testing how the pitcher gets his stretch motion and the ball to home before he take. Now you can see him take another step lead. So let's see if he takes off here eventually. It's a high fastball inside on the left-handed hitter for ball 2. And if he's going to take off, he's going to take off right here.
Oh, we just got a comment on Facebook. This is from Adrian Valdez. Blessings to all tuning in from Lubbock, Texas.
Is that my cousin? He took off. What, Steven?
Oh.
Huh? Do I look smart or do I look smart right now?
He did. He did it.
Padilla gets a stolen base, and now he's in scoring position. That was a strike that was thrown by Tyler, so it is a 2-1 count on Walsh. But now Walsh gets a base hit in the outfield. He's going to score Padilla from second base for the Durango Demons. Here comes a pitch. It's a shot right at the first baseman, but he dropped it. I mean, it was hit right at Jacob Little. He did not even have to move his glove. Wild throw is going to score the run from third, and Durango will take the lead off the error by the first baseman. That will get Padilla in for the first run of the game for the Durango Demons. It's now a 1-0 score, and Walsh will mosey on over to second base off the error throw.
Well, Davis threw it in. He was throwing it to Vaith, the catcher, but Vaith didn't even know it was coming in. He didn't. I don't even think he saw him throw it all in, and the ball rolled all the way to the fence, and that was an easy score for Padilla as he just jogged in for the run. But just some unfortunate errors there for Kirtland as Durango will now take the lead, and we have a runner coming in. Is that correct?
Do. Number 19 will be coming in for the Durango Demons, and that is in the realm of Brady.
Whoops, sorry. Messing with the cameras. There we go.
I think it's Harrell. I do apologize if I mispronounce that last name, but we know it's Brady. He's a junior. And it's a 1-0 lead. Oh, there's a wild pitch. So back-to-back issues for the Kirtland Central Broncos right now as Jack England, the designated hitter, number 7, is at the plate. He's a right-handed hitter for Durango. And it's a 1-0 count with 1 out. But now Walsh standing at third. Steven, if you get a ball thrown in the dirt, even a fly ball to the outfield, he's going to tag up and score and give him an early lead. Let's see what England does here at the plate.
That one was inside for ball 2. We got another comment here on Facebook. Kaylee Coolidge, hello from the JV game, Durango versus Kirtland.
Oh, well, let us know how that game's going. If you hear us out there, please give us a score update. A ground ball down third, almost snuck it in. Did England, but he was unable to, so it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
I'm excited that somebody's watching on YouTube, somebody's watching on NFHS, people are watching on Facebook and on Boxcast on our website. We've got people watching across the board. It's pretty awesome.
What's wild is I don't think people understand like how intense it is to get these things set up. I mean, we've been here since 7 a.m.
Yeah, and that doesn't include last night when we came.
That's
and set
true.
Up, so.
We were here last night for 4 hours setting everything up and testing, and then it takes us a while to get all those other social medias tuned up, so we appreciate everybody listening. There's a shot to the second baseman. Will score a run. There's the throw to the 4-3 ground ball out. RBI for Jack England. Does his job, Steven, and that's what you're looking for.
And Durango will go up another score, so it is 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. As England, as you said, got the job done. And next up we have number 17, Dawson McGinnis.
And the third baseman, McGinnis, a right-handed hitter, looks at an off-speed pitch way out in front of it, took a big hack, was looking to give Durango a 3-1 lead. And a big curveball by Tyler, swing and miss for strike 1, so 0-1 the count. 2 outs, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Durango Demons, opening it up here in the bottom of the second inning. There's another big curveball. So no doubt about it, Jaron Tyler, an off-speed specialist for Kirtland Central. See if he can try to find a way to get, I think it's McClennis.
It's McGinnis, I think.
Because, see, look, on the roster, it's with an L. That's why I was so, see?
I think it's McGinnis.
So maybe it's a... Well, the G and the L is quite far off.
I think it's an I, capital I.
Well, if somebody will let us know, is it McGinnis or McClennis?
Oh, God.
Got him on the off-speed looking, Steven. The backwards K strikeout out number 3, but not before Durango comes alive in the bottom of the second inning to put 2 spot on the board.
So with 2 runs on 1 hit, no runners left on base, and 1 Kirtland error. And that's going to do it for 2 complete innings. The Durango Demons leading 2-0. And we just got word from Kaylee over there at the JV games. She said it is 7-1. Durango is winning in the bottom of the 4th. Thank you, Kaylee, for keeping us updated. We appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the views. Like, we got our center field camera set up today. We're pretty geeked up about it because we think it looks pretty cool. So I hope everybody out there is enjoying that. Also, we've got another comment here on Facebook. It's from Eldora Sims. She says, "Go Kirtland High School, watching at work, proud mom of number 4." And
number 4, Stephen, for the Kirtland Central Broncos is going to be Shia Sims. If I said that right, Shia Sims, I hope I said that. That's a sophomore for the Kirtland Central Broncos.
So thank you guys for messaging on Facebook. I got it here in front of me. I'm trying to keep up and watch, and we appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yep, Jessica sends, hey, thank you guys. We appreciate what you do so very much. Hey, Kirtland's showing up today.
I know.
I like that.
I love it.
It says, go KC, Logan Nelson, number 6. That came in from the 4182. And another one, it's Lars Baker from Las Vegas, Nevada, watching on NFHS Networks. Listen to this guy. It's 77 degrees over here.
We don't want to hear that.
80s for the weekend. Hope you guys enjoy that Arctic League weather. You know, Lars, come on, Coach. I mean, we know who you are.
You're killing us.
And I hope you're doing well out there. Lars Baker, a big pillar in this community here in Farmington, coached here for a number of years in the Farmington area and moved out to Las Vegas to become a coach out there himself. So we hope you are doing well out there, sir, and good to hear from you as well. It's 1, 2, and 3. It's Salas Tyler Sosi for the Kirtland Central Broncos, and this is the second at-bat for Salas, who has a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He's 0 for 1 as he flew out to the right fielder. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Nice throw over to the third, and Dawson McClennis, I'm going to say McClennis because it's an L right now until somebody straightens us out with that. And that is the 5-3 ground ball out number 1.
Well, he did a great job of taking – that was a hard play to make off of that hop, and he just scooped it up and got it over to first for out number 1. So
there's an off-speed pitch down low and outside for ball 1. So it's Jaron Tyler, the pitcher. He's 0 for 1 on the day thus far, his second at-bat. He grounded out to the third baseman on the error, swung and fouled that off. And that's going to be a 1-1 count for Jaron Tyler as we still have Sam Clark on the mound for the Durango Demons. Go ahead.
We got another one on Facebook here from Damian Lovato. Appreciate what you guys do for the athletes in our community. Keep up the good work. Well, we appreciate that.
If that's Damian Lovato that I know, that's a big-time ball player for the Pedro Vista Panthers back in the day. Matter of fact, I think he went quite far in his baseball career. So if that is Damian, thank you. If that's not the Damian I'm thinking of, thank you nonetheless for tuning in. High foul ball. Here's the catcher. Oh, and he missed it. He had perfect form, Steven, did the catcher for Durango in Duncan Walsh. The ball just went a little bit too far behind him. He tried to dive back with his glove, missed it. But you talked about this the last game that we were out here. That is one of the toughest plays for a catcher to make, is to lose your mask, make sure the umpire's out of the way, and then make sure you can find the ball while you're twisting your body all over the place.
Well, you're right. He did the right thing. He turned to the backstop. He found the ball, but that ball just does crazy things when it goes straight up in the air like that. It can be extremely hard to judge. So it was a tough miss, but he tried to he did make a good play on it. Just that thing just squirreled on him right at the end, I think.
Well, and the other flip side to that is that the wind is blowing. I mean, we've got a breeze going on right now. That's why it's so darn cold out here. And let's see. If you're a Durango fan, let's see if Clark can close it out with 2 strikes here. Big off-speed ground ball to the third baseman. And I think he's got his legs underneath him now, Stephen, and Dawson McClennis, the third baseman. He's moving around a lot better at third base than that first ground ball that he should have charged through but kind of waited on it and got the error. So here we go. Here's Clark. Fastball, ground ball to the second baseman, fielded cleanly. Here's the throw in time for the 4-3 ground ball out number 2. Well done by Landon Padilla, the second baseman, to get it over to his first baseman in Romero.
Yeah, he just made a good play on it, got his glove down, scooped it up, and I like it. I like it because he made a nice throw to first base. Sometimes those second basemen kind of try to lob it over there. They don't want to throw it hard, but he just made a nice, solid throw to first base, picks up that second out. And next up, we have number 5, Jay Sosi, coming up to the plate, the center fielder for the Broncos.
And he is 0 for 1 in this game as he hit a fly ball right to the pitcher. And, you know, what I loved about Padilla and Landon Padilla's his mechanics, Stephen, is that he fielded the ball out front. He fielded through the ball so it wouldn't hop on him. But notice how he stayed down to throw the ball to first. He did not stand straight up. Perfect mechanics by Padilla to get that out. How many times have we seen second basemen rush that throw, stand up, and airmail it over here into the dugout?
Yep.
Beautiful play by Padilla.
He just did a great job right there all around.
0-2 the count. Clark has some options now, and he's going to go a high fastball to see if he could get Sosi to chase it. That's a little surprising right there, Steven, because I know those hitters love those high fastballs.
Got one from Tyler Hackus. This is awesome. Watching from the cold and rainy Michigan. Great job, guys.
Oh, well, now that's an appropriate text there because he's freezing just like we are.
Yeah. Hey, we can appreciate your misery right now. We're not getting rained on, but it is definitely cold.
Well, thanks for tuning in and letting us know.
Much.
It's a 2-2 count now. Here's Clark. He's got to buckle up, and he does. Got him. Curveball in the dirt. It was a beauty. And look at Clark, Stephen. He is pumped up. That was a big, big spot to strike him out right there. And he got him swinging in the dirt. The catcher in Walsh gets a lovely throw down to Romero for the strikeout, out number 3.
3 up, 3 down. That was a great team effort. I mean, you had great defense, and then he gets that last strikeout. That's how you're firing. That's when you know you're firing on all cylinders right there. 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Durango errors. So after the top of the 3rd inning, the score remains 2-0 as Durango leads here in Game 1 of this opening of this Scorpion Invite. And I got another message here on Facebook from Katie McGinnis. Y'all are great. Go Demons. 17 is McGinnis. With an I, McGinnis.
McGinnis. All right,
yeah,
I'm going to change that. Thank you so much.
Great commentary. Thank you. I knew it was McGinnis. I told you.
Hey,
I
Stephen
to
for
tell
the
you.
win. Stephen for the win. Well, Coach has it as an L on the roster, so I do apologize, and please let Dawson know that we got it dialed in now.
hey, Katie, I just want to say thank you for letting me be right for once.
Katie, no. You don't have no idea what you just did to me. I'm going to have to listen to this for the rest of the day.
Just wait till we go off air.
Thanks, Katie.
I'm going to be.
Sure appreciate that. No, it's a great game thus far. And, Stephen, we go back to Kirtland. I mean, they played a fine game up to this point. Tyler is throwing well.
Yeah.
He's got a base hit in the 2nd inning. And then what you like to talk about a lot is the error, and the error came back to bite Kirtland, and that is the difference in the ball game right now.
Yeah, and we talk about that all the time, and it's not to pick on the players, but it's just how baseball works. One error can lose a ball game. We went to a state game a couple years ago for PV, and they were leading against the team that eventually won state, but they had 2 errors right at the end of the game that cost them.
And they had them beat.
They did have them beat.
PV had him beat in that state playoff game to go to the state championship.
Yeah, so, and like I said, I'm not picking on kids. We talk about how crucial those errors can be. So here comes number 11, Ethan White, the left fielder.
Can you believe this is only his first at bat?
I know. It's like you said, the pitching. Like, these pitchers are doing a great job today.
I mean, Tyler for Kirtland is not an overpowering pitcher. What he does well is mix up his off speed with his fastball around the plate, around the strike zone. And there's Albie Bugnell, the head umpire for this area, this association. Of course, Albie, gosh, everybody knows who that guy is, a huge staple in this community as a police officer, as an umpire. Now he's up in the college level. There's a sharp ground ball hit to the shortstop, filled in nicely. Here's a throw. Got him in time, Stephen, by half a step. I was wondering when the shortstop in Nelson would fire it over there, and got it over there in time for the 6-3 ground ball.
You know me,
number 1.
I do not like that glove pat. I don't like that glove pat.
He patted his glove twice.
And it almost got him.
Well, we're going to hit the top of the lineup, I think. And the coach is going to come on out there. Let's see if we can see the replay. I'm not sure what he might be talking to the umpire, but the throw was in time. There's the ground ball. Here's the throw. Foot is on the bag. Yeah, it's in time. His foot was there. So an excellent play by the Kirtland Central Broncos, but Coach Hibbler just, he's got to do the job. Yeah, I mean, you got to ask. You know what I mean? You just have to ask. And so the umpires are going to have a conversation, but knowing Albie, he stands by his umpire's calls, and he's going to stick with that. So here we go. Jessica Burns watching from Durango online at Desert Sports Live. Video is clear and great angles. You guys are doing a great job commentating. Love it. Watching online. Stay warm, everybody, and go Demons. So we've heard from her twice, and you can never get enough of that. We just absolutely love interacting with the people that are watching, because you know what? You are why we do this. These kids, these parents, the family members that are in Michigan and Texas and everywhere else, this is why we do this.
Well,
It's a swing and a miss for strike one on Dylan Burns.
There's one thing we understand, too, is that there's not a lot of NFHS cameras for baseball. So if we don't get out here and do this, probably a lot of these games you don't get to see. So we're excited. I mean, this is fun for us, and we love doing all the different camera angles and everything, but we really appreciate hearing from all of you. It's fun. Like, this has already been fun for us today, getting to hear from everybody.
Gosh, Stephen and I were texting each other about 5 o'clock this morning, getting ready to go. Not a bad spot for Jaron Tyler for Kirtland Central. He had an 0-2 count on Dylan Burns and threw a fastball in the outer half of the strike zone. See if he could get him chasing it, but great discipline by Burns, didn't chase it. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Got him. There's that high fastball we were talking about, Steven. And he got Dylan Burns to chase it for the strikeout out number 2.
Yeah, it's that one that's up in that eye level that looks too good to be true. And usually it is. Is that one. He gets him swinging, and that will be out number 2. So with no runners on and 2 outs, we have number 27, Grady Feeney, the right fielder, coming up to the plate for the Demons.
He struck out his first at bat, so he steps into the box with 2 outs and no runners on. Demons have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Feeney wasting 0 time, taking a big hack. You know, I gotta think that Coach Hibbler just got with his guys and just said, "Hey, man, let's not waste time when we come out here. Let's get out here. Let's get aggressive. Let's take some hacks. That's what we're here for. You guys, when you see good pitches, you have got to swing." And we've seen that out of the Demons today. There's a fastball. Yeah, right down the middle. Hope you guys are loving that outfield camera view. I got to tell you, we worked on that thing for about 2 hours in panic time this morning because we couldn't get the camera to work properly. And, of course, we're climbing up 2 flights of stairs off a ladder to get up by the scoreboard. That didn't help either.
Yeah, we got it.
It's dialed in for now.
It's hard for me not to turn and watch the screen over here. I'm trying to watch the game, but, yeah, that's a really cool angle, and we worked really hard at getting all these cameras set up and making sure you guys can really enjoy this game. So thank you guys for tuning in and texting and messaging. Keep them coming. We love to hear from all of you.
And you know who else loves hearing from them? The players. They go back and watch these games, and they love hearing that their family members or friends are actually watching and tuning in. So they love hearing their family and friends give them a shout-out over the air. It's amazing. So 2-2 count, as that was a fastball down low and outside for ball 2. So right now, Tyler was up on the count, 1-0-2, now has gone to 2-2, and now he's got to buckle down here. We're going to see more coming into the strike zone. There it is. And he got
that's that outside
looking.
Corner, yeah. I mean, they've been consistently calling that outside corner. I mean, every game that we've watched here. But that's going to be no runs on no hits, no runners left on, and no Kirtland errors. So after 3 complete, the score is 2-0, Durango leading. I don't know if who was it? It was Kaylee out there. If she's got an update on a score for us over at that JV game for Durango and Kirtland. But if you're out there still listening, Kaylee, send me the score to that game so we can let everybody know.
Well, for the Kirtland Central Broncos, it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 coming up to bat. That's Veeth Aspis and Micah Aspis all coming up here shortly. And we've got a 2-0 lead for the Durango Demons.
Ask and you shall receive. She said it is 9-1 Durango in the bottom of the 5th.
Oh, they're really getting out on front and just putting their foot to the pedal.
So Durango is at bat right now. And we got another one from Donna Tramontana, I hope I said that right, watching from Queen Creek, Arizona. Go Demons.
All right. Arizona. We haven't heard from somebody in Arizona in quite some time, so we like hearing that. Well, Veeth is going to come up to bat, and he has got the first base hit for the Kirtland Central Broncos in this game. And he, of course, is the catcher, so you got to give him just a little bit of time. He's got to get his shin guards and all of his equipment off and his helmet and yada, yada. I don't know where he's at because he's taken an awfully long time to get out here. But Oh, there he comes. He's ready to go.
That's good. It's giving me a little bit of time to get everything sorted over here.
I really like this hitter for Kirtland and Veith. He has got a fantastic approach to the strike zone for Kirtland Central. And he's going to be somebody to watch after when you're watching this Kirtland Central Bronco team. So Veith, 1-for-1 in this game. He had a stand-up double in the first inning. There's a hard shot to the shortstop high hop. There's a throw in time.
Got him.
And I mean, if Veith would have got out of the box just a step faster, Steven, that's a base hit. But what a big play that was by the shortstop in Cohen Anderson. He got a high hop, which takes longer, fielded it high on the right-hand side of his throwing arm side, and had to give it everything he had across the diamond in time. Another tough play. Oh, right underneath the glove of the shortstop. And just right back to back to see what they were going to do with that play, and if he's going to actually even make the play. That's the tough thing, but that certainly is E6 on the shortstop to get Aspis over to first base.
Yeah, those ones hurt right there. He felt like he had that one wrapped up, and then, man, just got snuck under his glove. And
so now it's Micah Aspis up to bat with the 1-0 count and 1 out. A runner at first base as Chance Aspis is over at first on the error by the shortstop. And Micah Aspis is 1-for-1 in this game. Ground ball to the second baseman. He placed it perfectly, but we're going to have a play at third, and if the throw's on time, he's going to be hosed by a mile, and he is. What a throw by the right fielder.
Wow.
And Grady Feeney came up, Steven, and threw a rocket to the third baseman in McInnes, and he put the tag on him with about 3 steps to go. Base hit, though, for Aspis.
that wasn't a fielder's choice?
No, that's a base hit.
Base hit? Okay. Oh, that's right. He hit it out.
Yep.
I got you.
And then that's going to be a 9-5 throw for out number 2. And now we got the the left-handed hitter, number 17, Jacob Little, who is 0-for-1 on the day, grounded out into a double play in the second inning. He looks at strike 1 as he's got a runner in Micah Aspis over at first base. There's a ground ball hit to Padilla at second. Bobbled it for just a second, stayed down, got the throw over to first. And it's a 4-3 ground ball out number 3.
So no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Durango error. So after the top of the 4th inning, score remains 2-0. Durango leading here at game 1 of the Scorpion Invite. And I have to say it's getting a touch bit warmer. Like, it's not as cold as it was earlier, but hopefully it will continue to warm up. And folks, once again, we do appreciate you guys texting in, letting us know what's going on, or messaging us on Facebook. It's 505-701-2222. Keep those texts coming. Keep letting us know. Also, if you're out there on social media, go and find us on Facebook. Get on Instagram. We're on X. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. We're really trying to start getting our YouTube stuff up and running. We're going to be pushing all of our content to there as well. We have our hot mics. You can go watch those there that we're doing. I think we got a hot mic coming up this next week. Is that correct? Or we've not quite got that scheduled yet.
It's in the works, and it's going to be a good one if we could get it set up with Reese Campbell playing Chapman. Excuse me. Why do I keep saying Campbell? Reese Chapman playing for the University of Tennessee. And he's the starting right fielder for them, so we're getting that dialed in. But here we go. For Durango, it's Anderson, Romero, and Padilla coming up to bat. And Cohen Anderson, 0-for-1 on the days. He grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning. High fly ball should be F7. And it is, as Kirtland Central's left fielder and Elijah Salas just moseyed on over, camped out, and hauled it in for out number 1.
And these batters all of them are aggressive. And there's a lot of them going after that first pitch, making contact with the ball. Both these teams just getting after it. And we have a new hitter. It's number 10. I have number 14.
Oh, we did not see that. Yep, so number 10, that's Austin Romero, a junior.
First baseman, number 10, Austin Romero.
Oh, he is in the game, number 10.
Oh, did I have? I wrote four. I had four. Or am I in the wrong spot of the?
You're on Kirtland's side.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, cheese and crackers, Steven.
I got too many things going on.
That's all right, man. That's what I'm here for. 1-0 the count. And there's a swing and a foul ball. Again, just doing a fine job is Jaron Tyler mixing up his pitches and keeping Durango guessing at the plate. Really, Steven, Tyler has been cruising right along until he hit that second inning hiccup where the 2 runs were scored by Durango. He's been pretty lights out.
Yeah, he's
the
done
rest of the way.
He's done
here.
a great job today.
There's a shot over the second baseman's head. Does it get into the gap? It does, and that might be a stand-up triple. Let's see if he gets on his horse. He's around second base. We're going to have a throw at third. There's the slide. Safe. Got past the third baseman. Nope, he's going to hold up, and that was smart.
Yeah.
Coach Hibbler said, get back over here.
Over here. That was a nice hit, and for a triple, though, he hit that thing perfectly out into the gap. And
he sure did.
The right fielder tried to get down on it, but he couldn't quite get to it in time. He snuck past his glove, and that's what gave him the ability to get to third. He wanted that in the park homer, though.
Well, it's the 5-spot hitter, the second baseman, who's been awfully busy at second base. It's Landon Padilla, and he is 1 for 1 on the day and has one of the runs scored. There's a big off-speed pitch, a huge swing by Padilla, and a miss for strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 out. And the Durango Demons lead this game 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And they've got another runner in scoring position. Austin Romero standing at third base off a huge triple. And here comes a pitch from Tyler. And he sure thought about it. Check swing, so it takes a ball is what the umpire's going to call. 1-1 the count.
Well, I mean, so far, Durango has not left any runners on base. If they've had runners on base, they've brought them across. And so 1 out, runner on third. Let's see if Padilla can get another hit here. He had that hit in the second inning.
Well, that's what we talk about a lot is knowing where you're at in the game. Right now, Padilla needs to be getting something to the right side or deep into the middle of the field or out in the outfield to score that run at third. He came through the last time with a base hit, scored a run. There's a shot to the shortstop. That's going to score a runner. Here is the throw to first, down low, bobbled, but hauled back in as a first baseman. But guess what? Padilla comes through with an RBI and another run across the plate for Durango to extend their lead 3-0. That's situational baseball right there.
Yep, put the ball into play. And, you know, the shortstop for Kirtland, that's Logan Nelson. He did a great job. He scooped that thing up and got it over to first to get the out, but there was just no way he was going to stop that run from scoring.
Well, now we got Duncan Walsh, the catcher. Big fly ball out to left field. Should be a F7. It is. Hauls it in, but not after. Durango, Steven, comes through with some big-time situational baseball as Padilla gets the ground ball that we discussed right before he took the hack, hit it deep into the middle of the infield, scored that runner from third, and it's a 3-0 lead.
Yep, 1 run on 1 hit, no runners left on, and no Kirtland errors. But Durango was able to put that point up on the board, so it is now 3-0, and it's been a pitching duel. I know Kirtland is behind, but for Kirtland, it was just unfortunate. They had that error, those couple of errors, and that's how they got those runs across. And Durango has not looked back. They just continue to come out and play aggressively. Their defense is doing a great job. They've been, the most batters that they've faced in an inning, or that I should say Clark has faced in an inning has been, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first inning. The rest is
okay. Yep, you're right.
Less than that in the last, yeah.
Well, the same with Jaron Tyler.
Yeah.
The most he's faced was 5, and then he's gone 3 up, 3 down twice, and then faced 4 batters that last inning. So you called it, Stephen. Excellent pitching duel. Cold day. This is what you hope for when it's cold like this. You've got a pitcher's duel, and whoever makes the least amount of mistakes and comes through in situational baseball, just like Durango's been doing, they may just come out on top, and now it's going to be for the Kirtland Central Broncos. 8-9-1. Davis, Allen, and Salas. They're going to have something to say about this 3-0 score. Let's see what they come up with. And there's a big hack and a miss by Jordan Davis, the right fielder, with strike one. This is another aggressive hitter for Kirtland, Stephen. He gets up there and he takes some hacks. He never gets cheated, does Jordan Davis for Kirtland.
I think almost every one of these hitters is doing that today, aren't they?
Yeah,
There's a lot of them doing that today. I love it.
There's a ground ball in the middle. It gets by for a base hit. And that's what we were talking about with that young man. He is just so scrappy, is Jordan Davis for Kirtland.
Yeah, nice. Nice little hit there. Next up is going to be number 14, Aiden Allen.
Aiden Allen 0 for 1, struck out in the top of the second inning. So now up here for only his second at-bat with the runner at first base. It's a 3-0 lead. Let's see what Clark and company will come up with here to keep that runner at bay over at first, as there's an off-speed pitch in the dirt, and a fine job by the catcher for Durango and Duncan Walsh, keeping that pitch in the dirt in front of him and keeping that runner over there at first. And I don't know if we got the athletic director from the Farmington Scorpions here.
Right.
He thinks he's going to get away from getting on the air
Comes
tonight.
over here and gives me a hard time, and then tries to run away.
You know what? He's got something else coming because he's going to be on the air soon. 1-1 the count. Runner at first. Durango with no outs, but they got the lead 3-0. Here's a squeeze, and that is not what you want to see out of your hitter, as he dropped the barrel of his bat, and the ball went straight in the air, but it goes foul. It takes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. And Clark battling up on the mound on this chilly morning game. Game 1 of the Scorpion Invite. Here comes a pitch, working out of the stretch. High fastball for ball 2. So 2-2 the count. You know, we talk about how often these hitters love to swing at that high fastball. Not one of them has swung at that pitch today, at least in this first game.
Yeah, that.
Got him there, struck him out. And that was the high fastball we just talked about. Got him swinging for out number 1. Now we'll take it to the top of the lineup. It's going to be Elijah Salas, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Flew out to right field in the first inning. Grounded out to the third baseman in the third. He's still got a runner over at first base. That is Jordan Davis. And there's just a little soft B move over to first base. Just keep him close, letting him know I see you there. And now Salas will dig in. Clark back on the mound, working out of the stretch. He's thrown an excellent game for Durango thus far. There's a shot past line, drive out into left field for a base hit. And that'll move Davis from first to second. That'll put Salas over at first with 1 out. But, you know, this is where you come through with the pitcher's best friend, Steven. If he could throw a ground ball, get a double play, get out of here, no harm done.
Yeah, and if you're Kirtland, you need to take it. You got a runner in scoring
exactly
position.
Right.
I mean, this is an opportunity for them to put a run or two up on the board. You only got 1 out, runners on first and second. This is an opportunity for Tyler to help himself out as the pitcher. If he can come up with a base hit into the outfield, more than likely he's going to score that run at second base.
Well, Tyler with a 1-0 count. Base hit might score a run in, should score a run in. Clark working the count, there's an off-speed pitch in the dirt. And unfortunately for Durango, Walsh unable to haul that in, so that'll move Salas over to second base. That'll put Davis over at third, and now both runners in scoring position. A base hit here, Steven. This will change the outlook of this ball game. If Jaron Tyler can come through with something, as he's 0 for 2. He had an error on the third baseman in the first inning and grounded out to the second baseman in the third inning. But he is up big in this count, Steven. 3-0. Nowhere to put him but to first, so.
Well, Sam Clark struggling on this at-bat right here. Got him on that one, so 3-1 the count. But, you know, Kirtland knocking on the door. Great opportunity for them here. You know, you score a couple runs, you're only 1 run down. And here comes the pitch. Ooh, that one was high inside, so that's going to load the bases. As that's his first walk, right?
Sure is. That's the first walk of the game.
Yeah, first
for
walk
anybody.
of the game. You're right.
So Coach Hebler is okay, feels all right where Clark is. So it's bases loaded, and we've got a runner coming in for Kirtland Central. That is number 0 stepping into the game to be a courtesy runner. Number 0 is Damian Allen. He's an 8th grader for Kirtland. And bases are loaded, Stephen. Durango is in quite the pinch right now, and it's a 3-spot hitter. It is the center fielder, number 5, Jay Sosi. He was 0 for 1 or 0 for 2, flew out to the pitcher in the first inning, struck out in the third. He's got a 1-0 count here, now 2-0. And Sam Clark was cruising up to this point.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say he's starting to struggle, and here comes Coach. I was wondering when Coach would come out to visit him because the game-tying run is over there on first right now. And I don't know if Clark, if he's just a little flustered right now with what's going on. I mean, he was doing a great job. You just got to settle down and start hitting your spots and don't worry about what's around you. Just go right after that batter. I think he's thinking about everything else that's going on right now.
Well, and no doubt about it, Durango doesn't have a lot of games underneath their belt. You know, the New Mexico teams are 12 to 13 games deep into their season. Durango, I think, maybe have played 3 or 4 games, maybe. So, you know, there's a little bit of struggle in there, too, of not having as much game time as some of these other teams that are going to be playing. A note to be made here, too, Stephen, there's two other Colorado teams that'll be playing in this tournament, and they've only got 1 game each. So that goes to show that could play a big role here. But 2-0 the count on Sosi, and if you're Sosi, you're looking for a fastball right down the middle. There it was, and he fouled it off. I guarantee you he's not going to see another pitch like that the rest of the at-bat.
And this is where, you know, Sosi, I see him as a dangerous hitter. It's like he's due. He's 0 for 2 today. He's in a big spot.
There it is.
Yep. There he was due. That's going to score 2 runs for sure.
Throw down to third. It's missed.
Oh, so that's going to be a 2 RBI single, and he will advance to second on the overthrow. So nice. I told you right when I said it, he made me look like a rock star right there. But those hitters are dangerous that are 0 for on the day, and then they come up in a big spot like that. It's, you know, and they're due to get a hit, and sure enough, he pulls it off. So that makes the score 3-2. As he gets a nice single.
Well, not just that, but now you've got on the wild throw to third, the third baseman tried to get in front of it. It scooted underneath his glove in between his legs. And now you've got 2 runners back in scoring position, a runner at second and a runner at third. And it's the 4-hole spot hitter. It's the catcher, number 12, Matthias Veith, who is 1 for 2 base hit in the first inning. Grounded out to the shortstop. There's a shot. He should have went for the double play. Got him out. Uh-oh. We got a rundown here. This is not what you wanted to get in if you're Kirtland. Here's a throw at home. Safe. And now we are tied up.
Wow. So that's considered a fielder's choice,
That's
correct?
right.
So,
yep. Fielder's choice.
But he gets does he get the RBI?
No, that was on oh, did they score 1?
Yeah, they scored 1.
Or both? Did they score 2?
They got 1 got out.
Okay, that's right. So the first guy scores.
I think Tyler got out. He got thrown out on the 5-3, and then they threw it over to second, and that's whenever Sosi came around, I believe, to score that 3rd run.
So there's 2 outs now, but we are tied up here for the Kirtland Central Broncos. And another wild pitch. I don't know. There's nobody in the bullpen for Durango right now, and they're going to need to send somebody down there because unfortunately for Durango, they had a very commanding lead, and unfortunately the wheels have just come off.
Yep, and we've got from Ian Arthur, let's go Moose. Your turn now. I'm not sure who Moose is, but he's giving him a shout out.
Well, we'd like to know who Moose is.
Yeah, let me know.
We'll let Moose know you're tuning in. So,
that's right.
And, you know, here's the deal. Kirtland's got a runner over at third base to take the lead. There's 2 outs, a 1-1 count on the 5-spot hitter. It's the designated hitter, Chance Aspis, who's 0 for 2 in this game. And Clark trying to battle another ball thrown in the dirt, and his catcher in Duncan Walsh able to dig that out.
Yeah, Clark just all of a sudden this inning has really struggled. That's going to be high out into right. Oh, it's going to be the second baseman that gets under it. So the F4 out number 3, but not before there was 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Durango errors. But now after 5 complete innings, it is 3-3.
Well, it's going to come down to, and by the way, we forgot to tell you all, there is a 2-hour, 10-minute time limit on these games. So just at FYI, if they will not start a new inning once we hit that 2 hour and 10 minutes. Jeez almighty. All right, so here we go. We got a shout out to the umpires being out there in the cold also. Base umpire usually freezing out there. Glad to see the sunlight coming out. It's Garrett, who is another umpire, giving a shout out to those umpires. So we love hearing that. And and I do have the right Damien, who tuned in. So he says appreciate the shout out. I got to tell you, Damien, and Damien, if you're still listening, no joke. I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of you. We would love to get you on a hot mic.
Absolutely.
And talk to you about. He's also serving the community now, as he is a police officer. He's a sheriff for San Juan County, and we'd love to get him on a hot mic and kind of dig in with him and what's happening in his life, because he was a big-time baseball player here in the Farmington area, and so we'd sure like to get him on.
So the Moose is the Kirtland catcher. That's your guy you like.
Oh, that is my guy.
And so thank you, Ian, for letting us know. So that is Moose. Hopefully he goes back and watches and gets to hear he got a shout out. But we have 7, 8, and 9. Jack England up to bat for Durango.
Is it wild? He's only got 1 at bat this whole game, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, tied up 3-3. He'll take a curveball in there for strike 1. Stephen, what I like about Kirtland, if you're in their district, you better start paying attention to this team, because the first game that they played out here, and there's a fastball. You can see how deceiving his fastball versus his off-speed, how that works so well for Tyler. But Steven, if you remember the first game we called out here for Kirtland, Jay Sosi for Kirtland, he is playing center field for them right now. He threw a beautiful game against Aztec.
Yeah, they won that game 2-1. But yeah, he threw a solid game, and and here's Jaron. He's throwing a solid game. Other than that one inning that kind of got him, he's done a fantastic job for Kirtland today. Ooh, that's a shot out into center field. Is it going to get over his head? Nope. It's going to be F8 for out number 1. Man, England got a hold of that one.
Maybe any other day it gets over his head. The wind's blowing straight in from center field.
Ian Arthur said, "Yeah, get Damien on the mic." He wants to hear Damien on the mic.
Ian Arthur, I think he is a baseball player. Maybe for Kirtland, if I am not mistaken, I think he played football. Ian, let us know. I mean, your name sounds awfully familiar to me. And we're going to have a timeout as Coach Hibbler is going to have a conversation with his batter and number 17, Dawson McInnes. And McInnes is 0 for 1 as he struck out in the bottom of the 2nd inning, getting up to the plate for his 2nd at-bat. And we're going to get tuned up for our next game coming up here shortly, Stephen. At the conclusion of this, it's going to be the Aztec Tigers, our hometown team, taking on Smoky, Colorado. I believe it's the Buffaloes.
It's the Buffs, yep.
Or the Buffs.
I'm
and
sure.
They're down there in the green.
I don't know if it's Buffaloes. They say Buffs, but.
On their strike, or pardon me, there is a strike 1 called on a McInnes.
I just hope they get us their lineups quickly. We don't have much time in between these games.
We really don't. So here comes the pitch. Tyler fouled it off, and I mean McGinnis was way out in front of that off-speed
Well, that was high too, wasn't it?
It
Looked like he went high for that one.
I mean, he had opened his batting stance, had a hold off, and then took a hack and barely nubbed it off the end, so he was completely fooled. Here's a sneaky pitch from Tyler. Let's see what he decides to do with a 2-strike count. Here it comes. Fastball. Beautiful piece of hitting by number 17 in McInnes, who gets it out into right field. And, Steven, that is how you battle back with an 0-2 count.
Wow.
Take a big hack on a high outside fastball. They're hoping you chase it and miss. Look at that. There is the drop ball by the pitcher himself, and McInnes takes second base off of the mishap by the pitcher. But nonetheless, he gets a base hit out into right field, and now he's standing in scoring position. Let's see if Ethan White can play some situational baseball now for Durango, Steven, as he's 0 for 1 in the game. He grounded out to the third baseman in the bottom of the third. But listen, a fly ball, he tags him up at third, moves him to second to third, or a base hit could score him from there. Let's see what White comes up with. Ooh. That's such a great view. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we become fans and we just get to watching the game.
Sometimes we start admiring what's on the screen over here.
1-0 the count. 1 out, but Durango in a very excellent position right now to take the lead if White can come through with some situational baseball for Durango. Big curveball by Tyler and got White hacking and missing. So the count now moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. We got ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a runner at second. Restart my internet here because it's buffering. And he steals third. Look at the throw. An excellent play by the shortstop, Steven, in Logan Nelson for Kirtland, backing that throw up because if he's not there, the third baseman tried to haul that ball in, and Aiden Allen, it went off the side of his glove, pops out to the edge of the grass on the outfield, but Nelson, the shortstop, right there backing him up. If he's not there, McInnes scores from third and takes the lead for Durango. It's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Big pitch here for Tyler. Big curveball. That'll score 1 run. Durango will take the lead. Kirtland got mixed up in the middle of the field. The shortstop absolutely should have taken that ground ball. Slow roller, but not much you can do there as White comes through big time with the RBI and the lead.
Is that considered a single?
That is a base hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Awesome. Nice job by Durango. So next up we have number 15, Dylan Burns. Oh, and he's going to steal second.
Well, it's funny that both of these teams have had excellent innings. It's like back and forth with each one of these teams.
Yeah.
Durango gets up, Kirtland comes back. Kirtland gets up, Durango comes back. What a ball game here for everybody who's tuning in. And if nobody's tuning in, well, then that's their bad because they're missing an amazing ball game here.
And Ethan said, yes, he is.
I knew it. I knew I recognized that name.
Not Ethan, Ian. Yeah.
Yep, he was a pretty high-level player for Kirtland Central, if I'm not mistaken. I remember I'm pretty sure he played baseball and football at a very high level for Kirtland. So Ethan checking in with Desert Sports Live, and it's a 4-3 lead for Durango, and they're not done yet, possibly, Steven, as we're back to the top of the lineup. Dylan Burns has a 1 ball 0. Oh, they got him!
Oh, goodness.
They threw him. Oh! He dropped the ball. The second baseman had him out, Steven, and Micah Aspis could not hang on to the ball. It popped out of his glove. They had him out at second base.
Yeah, he had a huge lead. He got lucky there that he dropped the ball because that was a pretty clear out if he doesn't drop the ball.
Yeah, that's out number 2 without a doubt. So Dylan Burns 0 for 2 on the day, has a 1-0 count. Beautiful pitch by Tyler. Off speed inside, off the front elbow of the hitter in Burns. And it finds its way right on the corner of the plate. Beautiful pitch by Tyler. It's ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a runner at second with a huge lead. He's taken off, and that throw's on time. Nope, it is airmailed out into left field. An excellent situational ball by Durango and Coach Hibbler to get the 2 bases stolen, and then he gets in on the wild throw from the catcher that airmailed out into left field. Steven, if the catcher in Veith throws that on the dot, White is out by a mile. I mean, he had him dead center, but just airmailed the throw into left field. So Durango extends their lead 5-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning over Kirtland Central. It's a foul ball. It's going to find its way out into the stands. And everybody's scrambling over there.
Ian giving us even more information. He said, fun fact, Kirtland's shortstop, Logan Nelson's nickname is Oogie.
Oogie. We're getting all the good names over here.
I'm sure he's going to be very excited to hear his nickname is out there. So Oogie playing shortstop.
It's a 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter in Dylan Burns, battling as Tyler's battling on the mound for his team. Huge curveball missed way outside. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Durango leading 5-3 with 1 out, no runners on. Burns looking to see if he can take his turn here and get on base. Tyler's been throwing a good game. He's just had a couple innings. He's struggled a little bit this inning. Here comes the pitch, and that was a high fastball, but he goes after it and fouls it off to keep the count at 3. It's 3-2. Sorry. I was going to say 2-2.
Well, you know, one thing about both of these teams, Stephen, is they've had some errors that have cost them, but that goes to show the excellent coaching by these coaches for Durango and Kirtland Central, because they've had those errors, but they really haven't come back to hurt them in a big way, which is what you would see in a game, in a tough-fought game like this. And these coaches have just had their players dialed in. And that's a swing and a miss, throw down to first. It's a strikeout for Dylan Burns for out number 2. And that's going to bring up the 2-spot hitter. It's the right fielder, number 27, Grady Feeney, who is 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. He's got 2 outs, but his team's got a 5-3 lead, and I didn't even see what time it was to see how much longer this game will go.
10:50, and so we can go to 11:10, I think. Is that correct?
Yep, we still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
And that's in there for strike 1, so Tyler.
No, it was
9:30 was game time.
9:30,
so we still got almost another hour and 10 minutes to go in this game.
Oh, yeah, because the second game starts at 11:30. Well, 11, yeah.
Yep. Or no, it starts at noon.
Yeah, at noon, 11:55, I was going to say, is what the schedule we had on the schedule. That one's fouled off for strike 2. 0-2 the count, no runners on. And Feeney up at the plate for the Demons. They have increased their lead, or they took the lead by scoring 2 runs this inning, as they were able to get a couple across the plate. That was a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 for out number 3, but not before there was 2 runs on 2 hits, no runners left on base, and no Kirtland errors.
Well, we've got another text. Go KC number 5. The Sosi family loves you. So,
you know, I'm excited we're hearing from Kirtland fans. Like, I don't think we've ever gotten any Kirtland fans before, and to text in, I should say. Not that you haven't watched, but it's exciting to be hearing from all the Kirtland fans today. We appreciate you guys, and also the Demons fans. We've had quite a few of those. I don't know if
slowed down a little bit, but
Kaylee is out there. If you got a score for us on that JV game, it was the last we heard. It was 11-1, I believe, is what it was, and Durango was leading. So, Kaylee, if you're still out there listening, let us know if that game's over or what's going on there, and we will give an update on that JV score.
Well, you know what's one shout out we've never heard before was for the umpires. And Garrett tuned in for that one. Awesome. That was cool, because that's the first time we've ever got somebody to give a shout out to our umpires, and they work hard. Hey, whether you like them or you don't like their strike zone or you do, they're out here. And you got to tip your hat for that, no doubt about it, because they work hard back there as well.
You can always complain about calls, but I felt like last week when we saw the umpires, they did a good job. Like, it seemed pretty consistent, and there might have been a few things here and there, but it's hard. It's a hard job.
So you got the OG and Albie Bugno back there behind the plate. We haven't had any issues today. And, they've really come through today. So for Kirtland, it's going to be 6, 7, and 8. Aspis, Little, and Jordan Davis. And Micah Aspis is 2 for 2 today, Steven.
Man, having a day. Two base hits on the day for the Broncos.
Inside pitch.
Oh yeah, he was the unfortunate one that got thrown out on that double play back in the second inning. That 6-4-4-3 double play. That's 3 straight balls. Is it still Clark out there on the mound?
It is,
Okay.
yep. But I think they'll probably have a leash on him in this inning. As you can see, the guys out in the bullpen got loose, and they're ready to go. They're strike one on a 3-1 count for Micah Aspis. But this might be the last inning that we'll see him in, but we'll see what Coach Hebler does here, depending on what Clark can do up on the mound. There's a swing on a fastball, high fastball. That was ball 4, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But bails
Should've
Clark
let
out
that
on
one
that.
go.
Yeah, so Clark will say, well, thank you. I kind of like that. Here's a full count pitch. Off speed, swung on. That was ball 4 again, swung on and fouled off. So, man, and I don't know if it's just me, Steven, but I think that wind kicked up again because it got awfully cold all of a sudden.
You can see the flags kind of moving out there out in center field.
There's a Texas leaguer. Does the center fielder get there? No. Hit right where it needed to be hit.
Right in between everybody.
Well, and guess who had the first hit like that? Right over the
was that his
shortstop.
too?
It was Aspis again.
Gosh.
Just hit it right over the reach of the shortstop for a single. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 17, Jacob Little. Little is 0 for 2 on the day for the Kirtland Central Broncos. He's got a runner at first in Aspis. Big off-speed pitch outside for ball 1.
Get the cameras adjusted here so I can get our stuff up on the screen.
Here comes a pitch. Down low in the dirt for ball 2. So 2-0 the count on Jacob Little. And Durango leads this game 5-3. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Kirtland up to bat. And like we mentioned, it's just been back and forth with these two teams. Here comes a pitch, off speed, swung on, and way out in front it was Jacob Little. He was not expecting off speed on that pitch. Beautiful pitch.
He was
by
ready
Clark.
for that fastball coming down the middle, and it came in way slower than that.
That's a fair ball. Goes down to first for the easy out. Well, it's the right out. And it's going to be a 2-3 ground ball out number 1. That'll move Micah Aspis from first to second. And now stepping in is the left-handed hitter. It's the 8-spot hitter, number 16, Jordan Davis, who is 1 for 2 on the day and has a run scored. Reached on an error in the second inning, got a base hit in the 5th.
Oh.
Holy smokes, that went behind the hitter on the bunt.
Whew, that was a scary. I thought it was going to hit him right in the gut, the way it came flying in there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that pitch from Clark. You know what? We're going to say it slipped out of his hand because that literally went right behind the hitter. And if somebody's going to come through for your team, if you're Kirtland, it's going to be Jordan Davis. He has done it time after time after time. 2-0 the count as that fastball is high and outside for ball 2. And Micah Aspis sitting on at third base. In the dirt, does he take off? He does. We're going to have a play at the plate. There's the throw. He's out.
Yeah, he got him. 2-1 out number 2 as Aspis tries to come home off the pass ball, but catcher did a good job in getting back there, grabbing that and getting it back to the pitcher at home plate. So good job by Duncan Walsh there for the Demons.
Tough play. Ground ball hit to the pitcher. Backhand. He's got to give it everything he's got. Wild throw. Now he's going to dig on over to second base is Jordan Davis. And that was a tough play as the third baseman was way off the grass with 2 outs, playing too deep, and the only one that can make the play on that nubbed ground ball was the pitcher in Clark, and man, he did everything he could to get it on over there, and honestly, that's going to be a base hit. I know they gave the pitcher an error on that one, but I'm going to give Davis a base hit because even if the throw was on time, Davis outruns that throw.
All right, we'll give him a hit. So now, with a runner on second and 2 outs, next up is going to be number 14, Aiden Allen for the Broncos.
We got a pitching change coming in. Clark's day is done, and what a fine job he did today for his Durango Demons. And you can see there is a lot of Durango fans here. Just giving him a good send-off with the clap and the tip of the hat. Yeah. It's number 16 coming in to pitch in relief. And I'm going to have to go to Coach's deal because he's got 2 number 17s, and I bet you this is one of the 2 here. Number 16 is Ollie Peterson coming into pitch now.
Ollie Peterson?
Ollie Peterson, which he is not on Coach's. So we're going to put him on there. Number 16, Ollie Peterson. Well, Sam Clark did a fine job.
Yes, he did. He did a good job today.
Both of these pitchers have. Well, we're going to gear up as soon as this game's over for Aztec taking on Smoky. And another home team here across the way, which is where Steven and I are both from. And it's been a fun game this morning already. 5-3 is the score. Kirtland Central with the runner at second base here in the top of the 6th inning. Plenty of time to go with the time limit here. And it looks like we'll probably end up playing all 7 innings. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the time to do it. And these, the pitchers have been working fast. The batters are, they're swinging at a lot of pitches, and that, we've seen a lot of action. Some games we hardly see any action. We've seen a lot of action today. I'm enjoying it.
Well, here we go. We got a new hitter at the plate for the Kirtland Central Broncos, and that's number 11. And I apologize because Coach for Kirtland's got 2 number 11s on his roster, so give me just a second here. Number 11 is Aeneas Baya is the new hitter now, so Aeneas Baya will look at ball 1.
All right. So runner on second, 2 outs. Aeneas Baya now in the game at the plate for the Kirtland Broncos with a 2-0 count. Kirtland down by 2 runs with a runner in scoring position. So if Baya can get a base hit into the outfield here, he might score this run. That one's going to be right in there for strike 1. That was a good-looking pitch.
Sure was. Off-speed pitch on the inner side, inner half of the plate, cuts right across the middle. Nice spot. Swung on and missed. 2-2 the count on Aeneas Baya. The new pinch hitter for Kirtland. We'll see if he stays in the game and moves over to third base or not. Maybe Coach just decided, let's see if we could get some new swingers in here. And a lot of the times that'll work. You got a guy who's been sitting down cold. A lot of people are like, well, it's a cold day. Why would you put a new hitter out there that hadn't been in the game? Everybody's cold out here. Throw him out there, see if he could get that runner in. He's going to swing and foul it off. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Kirtland has Jordan Davis standing on second base as Durango has a 5-3 lead. Peterson comes set. Right-handed pitcher comes home. Ground ball to shortstop. Tough play. Fields it out front. Pats his glove twice. Throws it in the dirt. The run will score from second all the way to home. And now the tying run standing at second base. And, Steven, we have mentioned this a number of times. These infielders, I don't know why, they always pat their gloves. It throws them off. And that time, the shortstop in Cohen Anderson threw it in the dirt about 2 feet in front of the first baseman and about 2 feet wide right. And now you got Aeneas Baya with an RBI.
No,
Nope,
that was an E6, right?
That was an E6, so that is no RBI, but the run scored. So now it's a 5-4 ball game, and now we're back to the top of the lineup. Elijah Salas. And Salas is 1 for 3 on the day with the run scored for the Kirtland Central Broncos, and he'll look at an off-speed pitch down low for ball 1.
I mean, Kirtland just continues to battle here. They were down, 3-0, came back, tied it up, then went down 2 runs again, 5-3, and now here they are, 1 run away on the score, the tying run on second. Is that going to do it?
Tie it? Well, this guy better
No, he's going to hold him up.
Jeez-o.
That was probably a good call because he got that ball in quick.
Well, I'm wondering if Coach is thinking we should have put somebody in there faster because that took forever to get from second to third.
Yep.
Well, base hit nonetheless for Salas and keeps everything moving right along with the single, and that'll bring up the 2-spot hitter. It's number 3, Jaron Tyler, coming up to bat. And Tyler is 0 for 2 with a walk as well. We have a timeout called by Durango as the pitching coach going to head out and go talk to his pitcher and Ollie Peterson. Well, we were hot and moving there for quite some time with the text messages, and then they just kind of went silent.
Yep, they did, but it's because everybody texted us, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
So when is the next game scheduled to start? At
12.
At noon, right?
Yep. So Tyler, that's Jaron Tyler, steps in with the runner, the tying run at third base, but there's 2 outs. And the runner at first takes off. It's a ground ball. This is going to be a tough play. It's fielded cleanly. There's a throw, and it's off the mark, and the tying run scores at home. So Kirtland will tie it up. And not only do they tie it up on the error throw by the third baseman, they get the runner from first all the way over to third. So Aeneas Baya, who got everything going, he'll score from third to tie the game up, and Salas runs from first to third, and Tyler over at first. So a ton of errors right now on Durango, and it has allowed Kirtland right back into this ball game. We are tied up 5-5 with 2 outs and a runner at first and third. And now it's Jay Sosi up to bat right now, Stephen. He is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored.
Man.
Guess if you're Kirtland, this is the young man you want up at the plate.
Yeah. This is the guy you need right now. He could put another run up on the board to take the lead. He fouls that one off.
Well, Peterson way out in front in this count, 0-2 on Sosi. And now he's got some pitches to work with. He can see if he could get him to chase. Let's see what Sosi can come up with for Kirtland. Off speed. That's going to get down. That's going to roll to the wall. Let's see if they score this runner. He's still going. They're going to score him from third. Here comes the throw. To third base, the run scored. No, it gets past the third baseman, goes into the dugout, and Kirtland takes a 2-run lead as the throw was cut off from the right fielder. The infielder throws it in, which was the shortstop for Durango, and he airmailed it all the way into the dugout, and it's a 7-5 lead for Kirtland.
Wow. So that was that considered just a base hit?
It is a base hit.
Okay, I'm just getting this all down here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 runs scored this inning. 8-5. It's actually 8-5.
It is 8-5. I just dawned. I was like, why am I missing something here?
I think there's one more run there somewhere. But yes, it is 8-5 as Kirtland has taken the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. They've just come alive. Here comes the pitch. That was a crazy curveball. Or at least it looked like a curve from here.
Is it 2-0? You got 2 balls?
Yeah, 2-0 is what I have.
Okay, good.
It says 2-2 up on the scoreboard, but I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, they haven't cleared out the scoreboard. There's a strike.
So with no runners on and 2 outs, we just had Jay Sosi clear the bases and take the lead 8-5. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off out of play for strike 2. 2-2 the count now to Matthias Vaeth. Let's see here.
2 across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big hooking curve outside. See if he could get him to chase it. Nice job by Veith. Holds off. Doesn't swing, so now it's full count, and it's an 8-5 lead for Kirtland Central here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a base hit again. Nope, it's going to be filled. Oh, Padilla with the throw. Not in time. He bobbled it. It was a tough play to get over to first, and that would have been an easy throw over to first base for him.
Is that considered F4 or E4, I mean?
It should be an E4. I don't know. They are going awfully easy on the scoreboard because they gave him a hit, but that's definitely an error by the second baseman. So now Chance Aspis steps in, Stephen, and after him, we have batted all the way around the lineup for Kirtland Central here in the top of the 6th. Big curveball as Chance Aspis is 0 for 3 on the day, and now he's down in the count 0-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are the dangerous ones that feels like they're due for a hit. Let's see if he can get his hit. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. So 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runner on first. Kirtland has come alive this inning as they've picked up 5 runs, and now they have, after this batter, they have batted all the way through their lineup. And we are at an out or 2. What is that? Got to throw down second. Oh, doesn't get it.
The second baseman fielded the throw, which typically you'll have your shortstop cover the bag on a right-handed hitter. But the second baseman covers over there. They had him thrown out, and unfortunately Padilla, when he put his glove down to put the tag on, the ball just hit off the side of his glove, and he lost the handle on it, and you've got Veith standing at second on the stolen base.
We got Logan Nelson's mom finally watching, she said, and she said, "Go Oogie." That's Nelson.
I just got a text in too, and I'm glad you said that name first because you beat me to it.
Oh, sorry.
Oogie's dad here watching from work in Andrews, Texas, and he's also an 8th grader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out which one's Oogie again?
The shortstop.
The shortstop. All right, Logan Nelson. All right, so Oogie. I'm going to put that in instead of Logan. We call him Oogie. Tomorrow, it's Oogie Nelson.
That's right. Got Oogie Nelson out there at shortstop.
3 balls, 1 strike on Chance Aspis with the runner at second base. And if Chance Aspis can draw a walk, we'll have batted through the entire lineup and then some, and there he goes, drew the walk. And he'll haul on down to first base as Veith will stay at second. You know, Stephen, I just look at this with Durango as they just don't have enough game time underneath their belt. They just haven't played as many games as these New Mexico teams have. And their season starts about 2 weeks after New Mexico's season starts, so here we go with Micah Aspis. Ground ball. It's going to be a base hit. Is it going to score a run? They're sending him. We're going to have a throw at the plate. It's cut off. And now, and there's a wild throw from the first baseman to the catcher for Durango, and that'll move everybody up an additional base. So Kirtland will take a 9-5 lead as V scores from second. And then on the wild cutoff throw from the first baseman, that will put Aspis over at third base, and that will put Micah Aspis at second.
Wow, so that was considered a base hit, correct?
That is a hit.
Right.
And an RBI.
And an RBI, that's right.
So now we're in the 7-spot hitter. It's the first baseman, number 17, Jacob Little, who's 0 for 3 on the game. And this is his second at-bat in this inning. And he's going to work the count to a 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Jacob Little. And you've got Micah Aspis standing at second. You got Chance Aspis at third for the Kirtland Central Broncos. 9-5 is the lead. Kirtland coming back,
Wow.
Stephen, and this is the first time that Kirtland's actually had the lead in this game. Here comes the pitch from Ollie Peterson to the right, the left-hander in the dirt, off-speed pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jacob Little.
And Durango just needing 1 strike here to get out of this inning. They've just been struggling. And there's another hit out into the gap. That's going to get – is it going to get – no, got to it. So good job by the left fielder. Ethan White gets to it for the F7 out, number 3.
Turn the Jets on.
Man, let me get all my stuff counted up here. 3.
Boy, what a great job while Stevens getting that over there. I mean, an excellent job by the left fielder and Ethan White getting over into that no man's land where you get in trouble between the shortstop and the center fielder. Who's going to take it? White comes in, hauls it in. Durango gets out of a badly needed F7 for out number 3.
I have, let me make sure, 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 left on base, and 2 Durango errors is what I have.
Man, that's why you make the big bucks. You got it spot on.
9-5 is your score here going into the bottom of the 6th, and this might be it, right? Like, are we almost to the time limit?
I mean,
or no?
We are
we're
creeping
not.
up.
I mean, we've got, I guess the time limit's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
2 hours and 10
So we've
minutes.
got 20. What is that? About 25 minutes left.
So the game will go till 11:40.
Okay.
And then they'll cut off. But got another text in. Boy, this young man is popular. Sosi's family saying, go JT number 5. Well, I'll tell you, he has really stepped up for his team. Jay Sosi, the center fielder, he is now 2 for 4 on the day. 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored for Kirtland Central.
Well, no surprise there as we saw him last week up on the mound, and he did a fantastic job last week as well. The one game we got to watch before all the weather was upon us. But, that kid he's definitely a star for this team.
Well, I see a Desert Sports Live player of the game in Kirtland because, man, how do you not choose Jaron Tyler? And then on the flip side of that, you look at what Jay Sosi's done. And, Jordan Davis is right behind him, too, at the plate. But, the one that's had the biggest impact right now is Jay Sosi. Hey, quietly, Micah Aspis, Stephen, he is 4 for 4 with an RBI.
And as you say that, Ian Arthur sent us another text. He said, fun fact, again, did you know there's a tradition at KC that all Aspises wear number 8? So.
Oh, I like that. See, that's the kind of stuff we need from people right there. Big curveball hit right up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He's going to have the error. And you know what that was, Stephen? He attacked the high hop exactly how you attack it as a shortstop. He took his eye off it to see where the runner was at, and he lost the trail of the ball. E6 on Logan Nelson, or Oogie Nelson, and Cohen Anderson standing over at first base. That brings up number 10. He's the cleanup hitter, Austin Romero, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored for Durango. Big curveball. And that is absolutely, without a doubt, Jaron Tyler's go-to pitch is that curveball. It has such a huge hook to it.
Checking his runner over at first. Here comes the pitch outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count now. Runner on first, no outs, as Durango needs their bats to come alive this inning because time is running short.
Well, this right now, if you're a senior on this team, and I'm sure Coach Hebler has told his players as well, listen, we need runners on base. You're down 9-5. I don't care if it hits you on the top of the shoulder, if you've got an 0-2 count and you even think it's close to the strike zone, you better be taking a hack.
That's right.
The one thing I do not want to see you do is watching the third strike go by you.
But, man, I tell you what, Jaron Tyler's still looking good out there on the mound.
He is. I mean, Steven, check it out. We had mentioned that again. I mean, you had Jay Sosi, who threw a gem of a game against Aztec, and now you've got Jaron Tyler, who's not overpowering with his fastball, but he does a fantastic job of mixing things up, and that's just what makes him so potent. But then on the flip side to that, you got a team in Durango that just does not have a lot of games underneath their belt with live pitching. Unfortunately, if you're somebody like Durango, you're hitting off of soft toss, up close, overhand toss in the cage, or off the pitching machine. That's about as best as it's going to get for you.
How many practices have gotten canceled because of weather?
I mean, it's no excuse. So
no.
Any Kirtland fans, there's a hard shot ground ball hit to the shortstop. Should be a double play. Not in time.
He dropped
it. Did you see the umpires fixing to ring him up at first, but he dropped the ball at first base. And that is going to be E3 to get Austin. Well, it's going to be a fielder's choice, but there's going to be an error on the first baseman for dropping the ball, and that should have been a double play.
Yes, it should have. It looked like it was there. He just didn't get the ball there, or he just didn't hang on to the ball when it got there, I should say. That one is in there for strike one. So 0-1 the count, runner on first, 1 out. Durango needing some runs up on the board. We have Landon Padilla at the plate, and they're going to try to throw him down at second, but that will be a stolen base for Austin Romero as he gets over there quickly.
Well, to finish my thought, that's no excuse. If you're a Kirtland fan, no disrespect. We're not trying to make excuses or anything like that. That's not what it is. It's just reality. When you're up in Colorado, up in those mountains, it is hard to host practices when you've got freezing cold weather and snow. Your fields are buried in snow. They don't have turf fields up in Colorado. They should, but they don't. And they're delegated to hitting in the gyms. So it makes it tough.
As you should know when you coached up there.
Absolutely. When I coached Fort Lewis, it was brutal up there. And so many times we were hitting soft toss and stuff in the gym because that's all we could do. Matter of fact, I had to bring our baseball team down to Aztec and Bloomfield to even just get practices in.
I remember that whenever we were having our soccer practice, you'd be over there on the baseball field.
Yeah, I mean, we just had no choice but to do that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner at second. He takes off to third. He's going to make it. Beautiful piece of hitting by Durango, and that'll put another run on the board. And what a great job in Landon Padilla understanding where he's at in the game, Steven. Not only does he get an RBI base hit, the throw is wild from the left fielder from Kirtland, rolls to the backstop. He picks up the down angle, and he scoots on over to second base to get himself in scoring position. That's knowing where you're at in the ball game.
That's exactly what Durango needed. Padilla comes up, and would that be considered a hit and run right there, or what?
Well, I doubt it was because I think the runner was just gone so early. Because if it's a hit and run, you got to keep your head up to see where he hits the ball. There's a shot out into the gap.
That.
Nobody's getting there. It's going to score Padilla from second easily. Is this a stand-up triple? No. Coach Hibbler does the right thing, Steven, and held him up. And why? Because you're in scoring position. Why chance it when you've only got 1 out? That was excellent coaching by Coach Hibbler to know the situation, know the speed of his player, and keep him in scoring position at second after the RBI crush double by Walsh.
Well, it looks like Durango might have found their timing on Tyler finally, as they're battling back here. They're only down by 2 runs. Oh, they're bringing in a courtesy runner, number 19 for the Demons. If you can get a name on that.
That is Brady Horrell. I think it's Horrell. I think Hoerl, the junior, Horrell. That's how we're going to say it. We apologize, folks. Mean no disrespect for the Durango listeners if I mispronounce that.
We mispronounce a lot of names,
We
don't
do.
worry.
It's terrible. So sorry. We really are. Jack England at the plate. He's the designated hitter, and he is 0 for 2 with an RBI for his Durango Demons, who are fighting their way back. What a game
I know. This
to
is
start off for the Scorpion
It's been an
Invites.
exciting, fun game this morning for Game 1.
Well, and Steven, if Durango some way pulls this out, there's a fly ball out to right field. Should be easy for
He's going to tag up and go. He's heading over to third.
Jordan Davis to haul that in. So that is going to be a sac fly F9 for out number 2. If Durango can find a way to pull this out, Steven, Landon Padilla putting his name in the hat. In the realm for player of the game. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored for his team. So he has come through in a big way for the Durango Demons. They've got to find a way to get this runner at third scored, as it's the courtesy runner in number 19, Brady Horrell, standing over at third. It's Dawson McInnes at the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day with the run scored, and he's got a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Big spot here, Steven, for McInnes. Oh, almost got him to chase it. Did Tyler.
I wonder at what point, if you're Kirtland's coach, do you think about bringing Tyler out and getting somebody to come in and finish this game? I mean, we're just about 15 minutes away from the time limit, and this could possibly be, well, I don't know, would they give them last bats or it just ends?
They have to. If you start a new inning after this, so if Kirtland comes back up to bat, then you have to allow Durango to hit. It's a 2-0 count. There's a swing and a foul ball. Stays in the field of play. Or, excuse me, nope. It found its way over the top of the.
Over here. People dodging the ball over here.
I like that view when you bring it in closer for the home plate pitcher, batter. Hope you guys out there, we see a lot of you still on watching. Stay with us. If you're looking for the Aztec game, it's coming up right after this, but we got a beautiful game here at Ricketts Park going on between the Kirtland Central Broncos and the Durango Demons. It's a 3-1 count with 2 outs. 9-7 is your lead. Broncos with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Durango threatening again with the runner at third base. There's a ground ball. Fielded nicely. Oh, couldn't get it out of his glove, and airmailed the throw is Logan Nelson. And
yeah, we need that right there.
Yeah, bring us that lineup.
We need
really
that line.
quick.
We need that lineup.
So another run scores for the Demons, and now it is a 9-8 lead for Kirtland Central with 2 outs on the E6 by the shortstop.
Well, and the game-winning run is now, or tying run is in scoring position for the Demons. So just like that, as Kirtland went up by 4 runs, Durango has now drawn it within 1 run, 2 outs, a runner on second, and Ethan White with a huge opportunity here to tie this game up. And I think if you're Durango, you need to do that right here. Oh, and that one goes right to the third baseman. Oh, and he misses it. That's going to bring the runner home. There it is. He's going to, on the E5, and then he overthrows second. Nope, he's going to stay there. So E5, that brings the tying run in. And, man, Kirtland, the wheels just kind of came off for both teams this inning, didn't it?
Well, unfortunately, that was just a lapse in knowing where you were at in the game, Stephen, by the third baseman from Kirtland. It was not a force out. So he ran to the bag, which took another 3 seconds away from him. Then he had to throw the ball to first, threw it into the dirt, and, you allowed Durango to get right back into this. And so we're certainly – well, they got about 9 minutes left. So if this game lasts this long, we could have Durango walk this game off here in just a moment. I mean, stay tuned because we're at the top of the lineup, and now Durango has almost batted all the way through their lineup as Dylan Burns steps up to the plate. Stephen, he is 0 for 3 on the day for Durango, but you like to say this an awful lot. He may be due.
Yeah.
He just may be due, Dylan Burns. Let's see what he could come up with, because he's got Ethan White standing over at second base, and a base hit is going to score him to take the lead. We're tied up right now, 9-9.
Well, folks, we hope that you have enjoyed this game this morning. This one, we will be closing out this one and starting up a different game for the Aztec Smoky Hills game next. But we have sure enjoyed hearing from all of you folks out there, and tune into the next game too. Give us a text if you're out there watching the next game as well. But we will be back up and running for game 2 here shortly. Ooh, that one's outside for ball 2.
Well, and what we're talking about here is we have only a certain amount of time to set up these games in our system, and then it shuts off and it gets ready for the next game. It's going off of what we were told by the tournament directors. So unfortunately for us, our system, if we go past that 10 minutes, it's going to shut down. And we do apologize for that, but we just kind of stand with what we are directed to do. So there's a shot out in the gap. Does he get there? No. It's going to score the runner. And now he's going to move over to third. Here's the throw. Slides in safely. And Burns, Steven, comes through for his Durango Demons as the right fielder. And Jordan Davis gave it every effort, a diving effort, Steven, and just could not make it, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, I was going to say they're probably going to call it right there.
Durango walks it off, 10-9. Stephen, what a game! I'm going to give the floor to you there, and actually let me put together something here so you can figure out who you want to have as the Desert Sports Live Player of the Game.
All right, yeah, we had 5 runs on 3 hits and no runners left on base and 4 Kirtland errors. Kirtland, both teams had a fantastic game until they got to that last inning, really. I mean, that's when kind of the wheels fell off for both teams, but Durango able to make a huge comeback. So congratulations to the Durango Demons. Both teams played fantastic. It was great for game 1. It was exciting for us, and I'm sure it was exciting for all you fans. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, Albert. I'll let you finish it out, and then we can close this one out and get on to the next one.
Yeah, our Desert Sports Live Player of the Game for the Durango Demons is going to be the second baseman, number 9, Landon Padilla, who was 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored, and he came through when his Durango Demons needed it the most. So, hey, Durango goes 1-0 in this tournament. Kirtland drops to 0-1. They had it. They just couldn't finish it out. And we'll see both of these teams tomorrow as we're going to get ready for Aztec taking on Smoky.
All right, we'll be back shortly.